Hey, this will be a video chart on IDCC. The requests for this one have been pouring in all week, so I'm sorry I'm just now getting to it, but if you haven't pulled up the daily chart on this one, you should. One of these that's made a monster move, but not really too surprising because if you pull back and look at even a longer term perspective of the chart, you can see this one is famous for making big moves, both in the bullish and bearish direction. But this week was definitely a victory for the bulls. What we're looking at here is the 60-minute chart. And real quick, what that means, if you're not familiar with charting, is instead of each one of these candlesticks representing a day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one just represents 1 hour's worth of price action. And the reason I wanted to do this time frame was it's just a little bit easier to see what's been going on. We can look at the daily chart real quick, and you can see that big gap up, and this is a classic gap and run here. Sometimes you'll see gaps, and this would be the end of it, but we had a gap, and then the next day is when the run really came, and now we had a few consolidation days up here, but can't tell too much from like I said, that time perspective, so I want to drop it back down here to the 60-minute. So as you can see, this is where things began, and then every time it pulled back, just higher low after higher low, and that's what you want to see. And on top of that, when we look down here at each little consolidation period, you can see that during this consolidation, volume dropped off. During the upwards moves, big volume, and then during this consolidation, you can see nice low volume. And now the past couple of days here, we've had this sideways action, and it's looking like there's probably going to be a little bit more of a pullback, which would make sense just because it's gone on such a big move. And I'll explain kind of what I'm seeing on the chart that makes me think a deeper pullback's coming. But then again, this chart really does go on, make some freakish moves, so it could completely just go against be the exception rather than the rule and just keep heading up. But according to the technicals, it looks like like I said, a pullback is probably going to be coming a little bit more. But one of those things where it's actually going to be healthy for the chart because all stocks need to consolidate and put in higher lows at some point. So let's just kind of go over what I'm seeing here. Obviously, we've had some sideways action, which has caused, depending on how you want to look at it, I'm just going to call it a symmetrical triangle here form, which is just simply a consolidation pattern. But now when we look a little bit deeper at the technicals, you can see despite the price going sideways and through a consolidation, when we look down here at the technicals, you can see that the MACD clearly has a downward slope to it. And then on top of that, you can see that the relative strength index, the RSI, is doing the same thing with the downwards move here. Now, does that mean that the whole chart's going to fall apart? No, but does it mean that there's probably going to be more of a pullback? I think so. But one of those things where as long as higher lows are put in, specifically on the daily chart, since I know a lot of people are in this for the longer haul, that's what really matters. So looking here at the daily chart, if the price does fall through the symmetrical triangle, I would look for the price to come down here and test this purple line, which is the 60-minute or 50 period, moving average, valued right now here around $65. And then if that one can't hold, you do have some other ones down in the mid 50s. But that would be the first price area to see how the bulls are going to react if the price does break down through this symmetrical triangle. Now, if it heads back upwards and breaks up through the symmetrical triangle, then I don't see why the price isn't going to be able to at least give this previous high up here another test. And then if that breaks, then the chart's back in blue sky territory. So kind of a sit back and watch. But given that we have the kind of negative divergences down here in the technicals or in the indicators down here, it makes me think that there's probably going to be a little bit more of a pullback for the chart. But like I said, on the daily chart, a pullback wouldn't make anything look unhealthy. This one's had such a massive move that there's definitely going to be some profit takers and stuff like that, and that's just part of the game. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook. And with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free. So I'd encourage you to go to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. One more time, this was IDCC. And once more, a big congratulations to everybody that was in this one.